It is a very intense
Strangely
plot,
old
right?
intensity. It's so
I don't know
intense.
how you're doing this so quickly.
Well,
Oh,
I think that there are fewer images in chapter 2. Chapter 2 are much quicker. Okay, Mark, he's at home. He's thinking about his zombie granddad, old man. He's making gravestones, rip you bastards. He's very sad. He's lost all of his family. His trusty electric clock says 3 o'clock, but it's night outside because he's in the English tundra. Mao comes. He breaks up the gravestones, but he's thinking about...
The way you've done that is so good.
He's thinking about who his brother really is, and he realizes that actually they're half-brothers, not step-brothers. Was that the reveal?
Yes, that they were closer than he originally thought.
Yes, yeah. And he runs away across the street and finds Mark's zombie best friend. He drinks his potion so he won't become a zombie by touching the zombie. He cures him. He throws it towards Mark. Mark's happy. He's got his best friend back. And then Mark's like, no, because Mao infects the zombie again. But I didn't have time to draw that.
No, but you couldn't have drawn that any better. That should be my new profile picture.
Oh my gosh.
Mao walks back to his lab.
He's got Outlaw's hair.
What?
That was
He had
really outlaw.
triangle.
Another plot revealed.
Well, the plot reveal. He walks back to his lab on his secret island. He loves his TV and in fact, I never actually drew the console that we were talking about. There we go. There's the console, and his fridge full of the food he loves, and he's in bed for a long time, and then he decides
in
to.
T-pose.
No, that's the sheet.
Oh, okay.
That's the sheet folded. He's not like lying there like that.
I didn't realize the detail of this next image you drew.
Oh yeah. You slowed down a bit, so I had some time.
I did to catch up.
Yeah. He's experiencing too many emotions, so he decides to create a clone that can't feel emotions, so that he doesn't have to feel these emotions anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks about using the clone machine, and he decides, yes, clones himself. He sees nothing, and then the clone comes out. The lab is in ruins, and that's the end of chapter 2. Whew.
Fantastic.
Okay, ready?
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, I forget everything that happens here too. Chapter 3. Searching for a scientist and a mansion. Little did Mao know, Mark had technology of his own. He had an invisible drone that had followed Mao's plane. The drone flew all the way back to Mark and told him the location of his secret island. It was off the coast of Hawaii, but nobody knew about it. Mark decided he was going to pay Mao a little visit. Mao hops on the first flight from New York to Hawaii, but the trip didn't go so well.
Sorry, Mao hops on a flight.
Sorry, I misspoke. Mark hopped on on the first flight from New York to Hawaii, but the flight didn't
That's
go so
amazing
well.
that they're running planes during a zombie apocalypse.
Just hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The first flight did. However, the second flight was where the issue started to arise. You see, it turns out the pilot was a zombie, and he wasn't a very smart one either. So, he didn't fuel up the plane all the way. Because the pilots have been filling up the planes now in the zombie apocalypse. They're short-staffed.
Of course.
They were only able to fly 50 feet after the Hawaii airport because the zombie had no sense of direction, and so he overshot the airstrip. The plane crash-landed deep in the Hawaii jungle. Mark actually survived the crash. He was afraid he was on the next rerun of Lost, but he was not. He decided that he still had a ways to go. Mark was a smart guy, so he crafted a makeshift boat to save money, and he set sail for Mao's secret island. Shortly after his departure, Mark laid eyes on Mao's secret island.
Sorry, I just need to do the boat. I'm sorry. I'll just do 1 minute.
During his voyage out at sea,
What kind of boat was
a
it?
it's a makeshift boat out of the resources he found out in nature. So
What were
banana
they
leaves,
specific? Yeah, good.
banana
Yep.
leaves. Probably just a lot of twigs that he kind of wrapped together with some string he got from the corner store. That was the only thing on this island.
Okay, that's good. That's enough information for me. Thank you.
Of course. Mark had a interesting journey out at sea. He actually encountered the Loch Ness monster way far from where he was originally spotted. But you see, Mark actually spoke Loch Ness. It was one of his many feats. And so he told old Nessie that he's just a friend and not a foe. And Nessie said, "Okay, I believe you."
How does that
What are
translate?
you?
Hang on a minute. Is this?
Can I hear what that sounds like?
Oh, gee, oh man. This whole section's improv too, so I gotta. This is a short chapter, so I'm adding fluff. So Mark says to Nessie, "Na bado mo,"
Okay.
and so Nessie replies, "Na ba da da da, na mandao,
No one in a wanga.
bangalanga." Basically translating to, "I believe you. What are you searching for, traveler?" In
Solo.
Olo tolo. In Nessie-ish, he responds, "I'm looking for my half-brother's secret island." And Nessie says, "Oh, I know where that's at. Just keep going north, and you'll get to it in no time." Mark thanks Nessie, and they go their separate ways. Mark arrived on shore, and he began his search for Mal's mansion. And it was hard to find.
Wait. No, hang on.
It was very hard to find. There were lots of crabs on the beach when he first arrived, and they were not friendly crabs. They were zombie crabs, and they tried to attack Mark, but he had a makeshift stick that he had sharpened before his journey, and he was able to prod them away. He didn't harm any of the crabs because he was against hurting animals. So they all scattered, and he was able to safely walk on shore. As he goes through the jungle, he was looking for the mansion, but like I said, it was hard to find, and the journey wasn't the easiest. But when Mark saw flowing lava, he knew that he had to follow the lava stream. Mark even got attacked by a few more times by zombie penguins that had mutated, and even a mutated cow and pig.
What? Tell me more about this menagerie of animals.
So
Is it like a chimera?
Oh Jesus! Don't ask me. This is Ian. Here.
No.
So he's walking along this lava stream, and the penguin. He starts hearing penguins make that honking sound that they do, and he knew he was in trouble. He turned around, and then there stood about 10 zombie penguins, and he heard a very weird moo and a very weird like oink sound, and he realized that there was a mutated cow and pig as well. And they tried to attack Mark, but Mark, like I said, he doesn't believe in hurting animals. So he dodged them, and eventually they got tired, and they decided that he wasn't worth going after. So they decided, you know what, guys, let's go meet up with our crab friends on the shore. That's where we were originally going in the first place, anyways. Mark bid them adieu, and they went their separate ways.
Sorry, there was a cow, a zombie penguin, and the other animal?
It was a pig.
A pig. Thank you. Hello, outlaw.
that was in sync. Outlaw, you've missed one heck of a story. One heck of a story.
Hey, outlaw.
Oh man.
Oh my god, this pig really is a zombie. I can't get his face right. The more I add, the worse it gets.
I can't add more fluff. I just need to wait for you.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. After the encounter was over, he picked back up on his trail and arrived at Mao's secret island mansion. When Mark walked up to the mansion, he felt small in comparison. He snuck inside, and it was all dark. He took one of the elevators down to Mao's lab, where he had noticed that the lab was destroyed. He originally wanted to sabotage the lab, but it looks like it doesn't need to anymore. However, he can prevent Mao from repairing it. So, Mark stole all of Mao's money, and noticing Mao was...
Hang on.
he broke into Mao's poorly secured vault. The combination lock was 1, 2, 3, Mao's favorite number sequence. And he stole all the bricks of gold inside. The drone had actually followed Mark to the island, so Mark put all the gold bricks in a duffel bag that was conveniently inside the vault and sent it back to his home, where the drone would then drop off the gold bars. And he's thought to himself, good, Mao has no more money, so he cannot repair his lab, and he can't make any more clones. This is a great win for me. He decided that he was going to leave. On the way out, he noticed that Mao was resting nearby. He actually had his own separate bed in the lab for when Mao got too tired while researching and wanted to take a nap. Mark goes out to the living room, back the way he came towards the elevator, when Mark got attacked by another zombie penguin. During the scuffle, Mark fell onto the remote that controls the fireplace, and he cranked it up way too high. The flames started to catch, and soon the whole mansion.
Who's fighting the penguin?
The penguin decided to attack Mark. And
Mark is fighting Mark.
Yes, he fell on the remote control fireplace and put the flames up way too high. Susie, it's okay. I'll wait for you to get the fireplace and all that.
Thank you. just let me deal with this for a moment. Oh, so there's a remote control underneath this penguin. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, absolutely.
Here.
That is 100. That looks like my controller. So the flame started to catch, and soon the whole house was ablaze. Mark quickly ran to the hangar and commandeered one of Mao's planes and escaped the burning mansion just in the nick of time. One of Mao's robots sensed the flames and woke up his master. Once Mao noticed his mansion was far too gone, he saved all of his backup clones and hopped into one of his own planes. He didn't even notice that his money was gone. Robot, who started the fire? I don't know. Oh wait, I don't know. Maybe it was one of these zombie penguins. Try using these binoculars to see. Mao put on the binoculars and saw a zombie penguin on the island with a match in his mouth. Little did Mao know the penguin only thought it was food. Mao, however, thought he had his perpetrator. Robot, use your laser vision to destroy that penguin. The robot then used his laser vision and shot and vaporized the penguin below. Mark flew the plane back to New York. He then set out to the scientist's lab, where he needed to talk to him. Once he arrived at the lab, and he met with the scientist and explained how he wanted to construct a new weapon that, when fired, turned the zombies back into humans. The scientist explained... Sorry, Mark flew the plane back to New York.
Hang on. A scientist... The scientist. Okay.
So Mark flew the plane back to New York. I think I said Mao.
Okay.
He set out to the scientist's lab where he needed to talk to him. Once he arrived at the lab, he met with the scientist and explained how he wanted to construct a weapon that, when fired, turned the zombies back into humans. The scientist explained that it would be very expensive to buy all the resources that involved, but Mark had already thought about that. He grabbed all those gold bars that he had, and he gave the scientist the money. And together they set out to create a weapon that would cure the zombie apocalypse. That concludes chapter 3.
Woo!
I know how long.
Oh my gosh, so much happened there. Whew. Thank you, Zombie. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Seth. That was intense, but I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did as well.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you for accompanying me, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much.
Thanks very
See
much.
you later.
Bye now.
Thank you.